Hey guys, my name is Sid. Welcome to another vlog. So today we're checking out the PS5. You might be wondering why I have two PS5s on this table. Am I doing a giveaway? No, not at all. This is my friend's PS5. So let's just keep it on the side. I just happened to pick it up. This over here is the PS5 Digital Edition. I actually wanted to get a disc-based version, but they were completely sold out everywhere. So I decided to get the digital edition. So I do buy a majority of my games digitally. The only one I bought physically was The Last of Us, and that too because it wasn't available in Dubai. But otherwise, 99% of my games are bought digitally, so I decided to go for the digital edition, and I actually think the digital edition looks better. So let's quickly unbox this guy and see what you get in the PS5 box. The unboxing of this is not as fancy as the Xbox Series X. I did a review of the Xbox Series X as well. In case you guys missed it, go check that out. This is a little bit more simple. You just get a plain white box. So I think these are all the accessories that come with it. And here it is, the actual PS5. So this is the first time I'm seeing one in person. And I really like it, man. I honestly thought it was going to be a little bit bigger than this because of all the pictures I saw in real life. It is big, it's definitely big. It's tall, but it's not that fat. So it doesn't seem that imposing. Let's try this sideways. Look at this. I mean, it sits sideways. It moves a little bit, but it could sit sideways. But you do get a stand with this thing. But let's go over the console real quick before we open the other box. In the front, you have a USB port and a USB-C. You're on PlayStation for giving a USB-C. On the back, we got two USB 3.0 ports. We got an Ethernet port, HDMI, and power. Pretty simple stuff. I really like the console, actually. I think it looks cool. It's big. It is big, but it's not as big as I thought it was going to be. Maybe the disc-based version has some additional heft to it. Now let's see what accessories we get in the box. So this here is the new DualSense controller. Looks really cool. Feels nice. Feels very much like a DualSense 4 controller. It's a bit more grippy. It's got a USB-C port, so it uses USB-C for charging. Feels great, man. I like the size of it. It's slightly bigger than the DualShock 4. But I quite like it. Let's quickly compare them. DualSense is slightly bigger than the DualShock 4, not by much. The texture and the grips definitely feels nice. We'll check it out more once we plug this in. What else do you get in the box? You get power and a bunch of PlayStation stuff, and you get the stand and a HDMI cable. So this should be a high-speed 2.1 HDMI cable as well. My TV does not support HDMI 2.1, so we'll be connecting this to an HDMI 2.0 TV. I'm gonna keep it vertical, so I think there's actually a little piece you need to take off from the PS5. This seems a little complicated. I'm definitely gonna lose that piece. Okay, cool. So this is the PlayStation on the stand. So that's the PlayStation 5. I mean, this design looks like super futuristic. It's so cool. It definitely stands out quite a bit more than the Xbox Series X in terms of design. I wasn't expecting to like it, but I think the digital edition actually looks better than the disc edition. So let's plug this in and let's check out some games. Okay, I did miss this in the initial unboxing. There's also this USB to USB-C cable that comes in the box. So we're going to go through the setup process real quick. So the controller needs to go into the PS5. Cable's not super long, but good enough. One interesting thing is that the PS5 does have Wi-Fi 6, which I do have. I have a Wi-Fi 6 router at home. So it will make a difference with download speeds. So this is an all new, OS for the PlayStation 5. So this feels a little different compared to what the Xbox is. So it's still setting it up. It's got some nice particle effects. Okay, welcome to PlayStation 5. Astro's Playroom is already loaded on here. So I need to do a software update. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to download Miles Morales, and then I'll be back. The PlayStation takes a little longer to start than the Xbox. The Xbox Series X is just instantaneous. The PS5 takes a second. Download speeds. It's been about an hour since I paused the video, and already SpiderMan, Days Gone, God of War, all downloaded. And I am digging this whole user interface. It looks really cool. Icons are a little bit small, but the artwork that you see with the game looks awesome. So it's definitely very cool. Overall, similar layout I feel to the previous one, but yeah, they've definitely spiced up the user interface. I think it looks really nice, and it does give you a more like next-gen feel just because, you know, the user interface is new. So they've separated stuff into like media and games. So as you can see, they have all the media apps now. They've got Apple TV as well, Twitch, Netflix, YouTube, you name it, pretty much everything. It shows me all my digital purchases for the PS4. Let me just download Ghost of Tsushima as well. And you guys can see the new interface over here. It looks super, man. I like it. It's very fast. So all that is superb. Like, the user interface definitely feels very snappy. They've redesigned the PlayStation Store as well. So over here you can see what it looks like. So here you've got some PS5 games over here. So these are all the PS5 games available right now. Valhalla, I've been playing Valhalla on the Xbox, so I'm going to stick to that. They've got Godfall over here, Demon's Souls, SpiderMan, NBA 2K 21, Watch Dogs Legion, Sackboy, that's an exclusive. So we've got a bunch of exclusives over here. We've got Astro's Playroom, we've got SpiderMan, Demon's Souls, Sackboy, all these are PS5 exclusives. Good stuff overall. I mean, the collection's not huge here either. There's just a few. There's Bugsnax as well, which is free with the PlayStation 5. Another thing I want to show you guys real quick is the subscription service. So if you go to PlayStation Plus Collection, so if you have a PlayStation Plus subscription already, which a lot of people do have, it's a great value for money. Now they've included all these games, the PlayStation Plus Collection, for free. So they're kind of trying to compete with Xbox Game Pass. And obviously the collection over here is not as great, but they've got some of the best PlayStation 4 games available right now. They've got God of War, highly recommended, one of my favorite games. They got Mortal Kombat 10, they've got Days Gone, like 3/4 through Days Gone, and Days Gone is absolutely amazing. I'm planning to play the rest of it on the PS5 and compare it to the previous console on the PlayStation 4 Pro. Apparently they've increased the frame rate of the game to 60 frames a second, so we'll check that out. They've got Bloodborne as well, fantastic game. So there's a lot of good games over here. If you guys want recommendations, definitely check out Bloodborne. Ratchet & Clank is really good. Days Gone, Detroit Becoming Human, Uncharted 4, Batman, Arkham Knight, and God of War for sure. Check out all of these. Black Ops 3 in here as well. So you got a good selection of games. So even if you just get your PlayStation today and you just have PlayStation Plus, you'll be able to play a bunch of amazing games. Let's start off with Astro's Playroom. I want to check this out. This is the DualSense controller. So this controller has some special haptics and stuff which I've yet to experience. So let's check this out. This is the game to really experience the haptics. Astro's rescue mission, which was on VR, was absolutely amazing. So I'm excited to play this actually. Like, all this stuff is flying at me and I can kind of feel the difference in the haptics. Oh, the controllers feel like they've got more tension on them. Whoa. Dude, this is really cool. I can press to a certain point, and as I click it further, I can feel the boost in the controller itself on the side of the boost. It's very cool. So of course this controller also has the touchpad which the previous controller had, and it's got full motion control. You can like feel them in the controller in different places. Actually, this controller feels a lot different from the previous generation controller. So they've got a microphone on here as well now. Okay, so this game is totally like demoing the full controller for you. Every aspect of it. And it's supposed to be like a simulation of what's inside the PlayStation. So you can see the back of his head is showing you ray traced reflections. This looks awesome, man. So now I'm in water and it actually feels like, I wouldn't say it feels like water, but cool. They got a little Kratos over here. Nice. So it's like a combination of the vibrations and the sounds coming from the controller that makes the effect feel really cool. I'd say it's kind of similar to the HD rumble that you get from Nintendo Switch, but more pronounced. Oh, you can feel the resistance of the spring in your trigger. Okay, this is very cool. I must say, this is a very different feeling controller. I think this is going to be like amazing for like shooting games and things like that, where you feel like different guns have different feelings. Now I'm sure most multi-platform games are going to be using all this stuff, but it's really nice to have it in the controller. Just like the motion sensing is really nice to have in the PS4 controller. You know, like occasionally they will use it in certain games, and it's just a nice cool feature, especially for VR and stuff. It's great. When they eventually do release a PSVR 2 for this PlayStation 5, it's going to be this controller is going to be like super useful for that. So this is their new user interface. So as soon as you hit the PS button, it brings up this there is a bit of lag, so I'm pressing it now and now it pops up. So I wasn't even sure if I pressed it or not. That's a little weird. It's a little bit slow. So here it's showing you what game you're playing, your progress. Now if you hold it down, it brings you to the PlayStation menu where you can switch games. See, like Ghost of Tsushima already downloaded in like the 10-15 minutes. So this is much faster at downloading games than the Xbox Series X. So let's check out Miles Morales. This is the game I'm really excited about. It's so confusing now. I have to play Valhalla on the Xbox. I'm going to get through Spider-Man and then go back to Valhalla, because Spider-Man is just about 10 hours or so. So I'm going to do Astro's Playroom and then Spider-Man, then get back to Valhalla. We're going to start Spider-Man. Now I played the previous Spider-Man on PS4 Pro. I didn't have a 4K TV at the time, so this is the first time I'm seeing Spider-Man in 4K, and so I'm going to go for fidelity mode. So there's two options. There's 30 frames a second 4K with ray tracing, or 60 frames a second. So I'm used to playing it at 30 frames a second. So let's see how it looks at 30 frames a second with you know, everything on, and then we'll check it out in 60 frames a second as well. Yeah, I'm feeling some subtle vibrations in the controller. Okay, the colors and stuff on this look fantastic, especially in HDR. So here you got some ray traced reflections. Okay, the draw distance on this is amazing. The colors look amazing. The lighting seems better. I also feel there's like more people on the streets than the previous Spider-Man. Yeah, definitely more people. Like, you wouldn't see so many people on the streets. This is the best part of the game, by the way. Traversing, just like getting from place to place, like web swinging is so good. See, it's not a huge change from the previous Spider-Man. Old Spider-Man looked great as well. And this is looking a little bit sharper, a little bit better. Let me quickly switch to 60 frames a second mode and let's see how it looks in that. This does feel like significantly smoother. You lost ray traced reflections. Unlike Valhalla, I can't notice any screen tearing. It looks great. Man, this game looks good in 60 frames a second. Let's check out a PS4 game on this and see how it works. Let's check out Days Gone. I have an idea of the loading times and stuff on this because I've been playing it. Now, I don't know if it's going to pull my save. Let's see. Okay, so it did not pull my save. So let me see if I can download it from my PlayStation account. So I had to manually download all my saves. So the Xbox Series X does this automatically, by the way. Anything you have saved on your previous Xbox will just download it automatically. This one I had to manually do it, but let's play some Days Gone. So I was playing this game right until I got the Xbox Series X. So I've got quite far into it. So I'm very used to playing this on the PS4 Pro. So let's see if the PlayStation 5 has any enhancements or anything for this game. I'm not sure why, but I'm not getting any sound. Okay, I'm not getting any sound of the PlayStation at all. That's a weird bug. One big difference is the PS5 is silent. There's no sound coming out of it at all. Let's see how long it takes to restart. Okay, I've got sound back. Weird bug, man. Okay, it restarts much faster than the PS4. Okay, at least I've got sound back. Okay, the HDR feels like it's doing something weird on this. It definitely feels smoother than on the PS4 Pro. Yeah, it looks like it's running at 60 frames a second. As I said, the HDR effect may be looking a little different on this compared to the PS4 Pro. Okay, this feels super smooth, man. You can definitely feel the difference in 60 frames a second. I mean, this game looked amazing anyway, and now it's looking even better with 60 frames a second, 4K. Wow, this feels great, man. Let's just kill some zombies and see. Man, this game feels so much better in 60 frames a second. Especially the gunplay, it's like great. I'm gonna end the video over here. We checked out some PS5 games like SpiderMan and Astrobot. We checked out Days Gone. It's looking much better on the PS5. So far, like in the couple of hours that I've been playing so far, it's been a very interesting experience. Like the PlayStation 5 does feel a little bit more new compared to the Xbox Series X. The Xbox Series X feels like a really good Xbox. The PlayStation 5 feels a little bit different, especially because of the controller and the new user interface and the new store and everything like that. Like it just feels like it's new. So anyway guys, I'm gonna spend a little bit of time with both these consoles. I already gave my 1 week thoughts with the Xbox Series X. If you guys missed that video, check the video out over here. That was kind of like my final review of the Xbox Series X so far. Let me spend some more time with this. I'll get through a couple of games, and maybe next week I'll talk to you guys more about the PS5 and give my like final review and thoughts. So anyway guys, that's it for this video. If you liked it, hit that like button, leave me a comment, subscribe to watch more videos like this, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.